blog entry 114, and this is from 5/15 of 2023. Okay, so the Orange Sannyasi appeared once more, called forth by the angels. I was still wrapped in a thick, almost tangible energy, a living veil that pressed into the space around me, holding me in the present moment. It was still being held in the present moment kind of thing. Orange Fellow is not just a visitor from beyond. He is a presence from within, a facet of my higher self stepping forward to assist the part of me that struggles in heaviness, with that heaviness energy and getting used to it at the time. He cannot manifest in any other way but this, arriving as a companion when I am caught in stuckness. He radiated kindness and a subtle familiarity, like a reflection of myself, suffused with this golden, sparkling light energy. He moved closer, offering help, but as he began to merge with me, my ego, or perhaps the energy of resistance, tightened, and I was not ready to be swept into a flood of great, unsustainable bliss. I held back, and he gently suggested we try another way. Then Krishna intervened, pressing us together. I felt Orange Guy's energy, my energy, yet not my energy, washing through me, cleansing thoughts, feelings, and the quiet undercurrent of the moment. The purification was profound, but still I resisted the complete merging. I withdrew, leaving the larger body of his energy behind, shrinking down until I found refuge in a peaceful place. All right, so this is just between us, right? So there's this place where you can meditate, and if you shrink down really small, you can kind of rest and meditate and be right between Krishna's feet. And you can look up. It's amazing. And you can look up and you can see the bottom of all the flowers that are resting on top of Krishna's feet. And you can just kind of lean back against one foot and still just rest in that one spot. It's an incredible place. I went there for a long time and I still go there some. So check it out. So anyhow, back to this. I found refuge in a peaceful place, nestled between Krishna's feet, gazing upward at the flowers adorning them from below. Orange Fellow tried to materialize but could not. Being an inner part of me, he needed our connection to fully exist in this meditation, in this space at the time. The thick protective shell of energy the angels had formed allowed him to move without direct attachment, but it was not the same as being joined. So when I left that energy, I shrunk down and zoomed off to go hide out between Krishna's feet to get some space. Orange Fellow wasn't able to, that part of me wasn't able to materialize and move around as freely. That's what this is saying. So after this, Rādhā came with her grace, both fierce and tender, removed the fragment of material ego that had been causing me to push away the very energies meant to evolve me and to resist Orange Guy. Afterwards, the impulse to reject the more beautiful, uplifting states dissolved, and I felt no more need to push away that part of me that is him. So afterwards, I was able to merge with him more after Rādhā came in and cleared out ego or whatever was flaring up at the time, causing a problem. And I have a couple side notes. Here's the first one. So Saraswati came to visit me in meditation around the same time. And even though she appears like really serene and really posed upon her swan, plucking her instrument with divine composure, her energy is remarkably intense and focused. So should you meet her in your own meditation, do not be deceived by her tranquil form. Her presence can cut through with great precision, depending on the truths or whatever conversation y'all are about ready to have. And then a few days later, I came and added back to this blog post as well, just what the experience was like afterwards. So the energy orb that Rādhā had removed from my heart eventually departed completely over the days that followed. She continued clearing the residue, and the inner pushback softened more and more. And now my internal bliss, like a steady river, gentle, full, and no longer overwhelming, it started just growing in a really steady kind of way. Because around the time that I wrote this blog post, I was having a really hard time with just getting fully flooded with bliss. and then the bliss kind of dropping off sharply, and then fully flooded with bliss, and then it dropping off sharply. It wasn't smooth and steady. So for wherever I was in my head and my ego and all that stuff at the time, that surge of bliss and release of bliss was really challenging for me. So that was another reason I was struggling so much in that moment. Yeah. All right, well, that's it for today's blog entry. Yeah. Oh, one more thing. When your meditation, when you have a version of you show up, like your higher self or something like that, you always want to check in with like Rādhā and Krishna and be like, is this okay? And they'll okay it, or the version of God that you connect with. And just to verify and make sure that it's on the up and up, because parts of you will come to help, and it'll come to do things. And it's good to be open to it. It's good to double check, but it will change as you grow. Because again, your relationship with existence changes as you grow your love for God, and as you move closer to God in your love, everything changes. So as that happens on many different levels, and it will happen throughout your meditation, transcending space as well. So it's something to keep in mind as much as you can. Because when you stifle it, because before you may have needed to, now you may not need to. So you'll have to really find a way to double check that for yourself and to hold space for it. And that'll help you continue to grow at the pace you want to moving forward. All right. Well, that's all I have for today. Thanks so much for tuning in. Enjoy the rest of your day. And if you have a chance, like and subscribe to the channel. Super helpful. And bye-bye.